You might have read in the press recently about Mitsubishi possibly leaving the UK market. They've had development of new models for Europe frozen, and sadly it looks like they might depart us. But they won't leave us without leaving us some exceptionally good memories, and this is one of them, possibly the best. This is the Lancer Evo 6, but not just any Lancer Evo 6, this is the fabled Tommi Makinen Edition. The Makinen Edition was produced to celebrate Tommi Makinen winning 4 world championships for Mitsubishi, and I've been driving it all day. Here I am in Wales, and it's in its element. It is an absolute beast of a thing. It's a great car, this. It's absolutely pristine. This is Mitsubishi's own Makinen Edition. It's done less than 10,000 miles, and it's just perfect. It's the ideal way to sample the Lancer, which I have to say, even though most of them were modified, is absolutely superb, even in standard form. It rides really nicely, which is a surprise. And if it wasn't for the big spoilers and the special Makinen bumper, you wouldn't know that you weren't in just a regular saloon car, except with a mighty wallop. It's, as with most Japanese cars of this era, allegedly 276 horsepower. It's got electronic sensors, the active yaw control, which Mitsubishi pioneered, means that the torque can be distributed, all of it, to just single wheel if you want. And it really does feel beautifully poised, even at relatively low speeds. But if you nail it, even on a damp road, it just goes where you point it. And it feels so controllable. I mean, I'm not an expert drifter, but I feel I could have a go in one of these. It really is an absolutely tremendous car to flatter the driver. Now the Makinen Edition is something of a rarity. I mean, you won't find these for sale on Auto Trader any day soon. They came with special 17-inch Enkai wheels, a special bumper. They've got the special seats here with Tommi Makinen written on them. You could have a Kenwood stereo upgrade fitted by the dealer if you really like cassettes. The Makinen is lower than the regular Evo 6, and it also features a special titanium turbocharger, and it's got an intercooler water spray. That's about it really though. In many ways, one of the most amazing things about the Lancer is its sheer usability. And much like the Impreza, it's a car you really can use every day. It's got a big boot, it's got 5 seat belts, and if it wasn't for the big wing, which is all you can see in the mirror, and the big racy bumper with the cutouts and the intercooler vent in the bonnet, you wouldn't feel silly driving it down to Sainsbury's to do your weekly shop. And it's, in standard form, amazingly comfortable. I've driven here to Wales from my home in Gloucestershire. My teenage son was with me, fell asleep at one point. It's that comfortable. This is just tremendous, this car. Impressive though it is as a daily driver though, that's not what this car is all about. It's about tearing around mountain passes, hair on fire and winning rallies. Here we are in Wales and it's just in its element. I mean, all the technology, the active yaw control and everything just flatters the driver, and you really feel like you're not going to come to grief as easily as you would in an Impreza. And really that's the only competition I can think of. An M3 just doesn't come close. It feels really quite boring in comparison. To put a historical context on it, this car feels to me a little bit like an updated Escort Cosworth, but the Escort was the pinnacle of the Ford Cosworth cars, and this does feel a little bit like that. It's got the same beautiful weighting to the pedals, the same nice controllable handling, and more than the same punch. I just want to drive this thing all day. I've got to take it back to Mitsubishi tomorrow. I'm trying to think of excuses to let me keep it for the whole weekend. Of course, if that happened, it'd probably be pinched off my drive, wouldn't it? I don't think some things have changed that much. Oh, this is just great. It stops so well as well. You can really feel the electronics in the suspension just keeping things in check for you and distributing the power nicely. Get on boost on this twisting Welsh hillside road, and you do feel like you're a bit of a Makinen. You know, you feel like if it got sideways, you could probably catch it. In reality, I probably can't. We've got some guys from Aston Martin filming on the same road here. They looked at the Evo, and you could see them a little bit sort of, a bit crestfallen. Made the Aston DB11 that pulled up next to us look really dull.